Next, we will be hearing from Mamta Malla, which you guys already know is our Leo Club president, and so she will be giving us her testimonial. Go ahead, Mamta.
Thank you, Ziyad. Okay. There is no secret that most of us kids, meaning Nepali Americans, grew up in a household where feelings were never shared. At least from what I've seen, we have mastered to avoid our feelings and bottle it up because we don't want to burden our parents with our emotions or think that they will never understand. Similarly, I grew up in a household where I never shared my feelings to my parents, or my parents never shared their feelings to me. It was always do's and don'ts, never how you are feeling. It's like, "Ba, म साथीको घर जाम, बा, मलाई यो चाहियो, ममता, grades कस्तो छ, ममता धेरै बाहिर नडुल, अरूले के भन्छन्?" And I was okay with this lifestyle until I went to college. I don't think I knew about mental health before I went to college, because before it was just so simple. Your parents say or tell you what to do, and that was what's best for you, right? You don't question it. But once you're exposed to college life, it's different because you end up meeting so many different people that just keep pushing you to choose a life that where you should do what you want to do, right? And the best part was the people were not afraid to feel or show their emotions. But it's easier said than done. When you're the oldest daughter of the house, you're constantly reminded that you have to take care of your parents and sisters, and you live in a community where you're being judged for what you wear, what you eat, who you hang out with. You know, they're like, yo kapra nalaga, yo sita nobo, to nagar, to nakha. All these rules and restrictions take a huge toll on your mental health to be perfect for everyone. When you grow up in this kind of environment, it is hard to adjust and show your true emotions to everyone. I think my biggest problem was like finding a middle ground where living up to my parents' expectations and living up to my own expectations. How do I make everyone happy without hurting anyone's feelings? While I was trying to do that, I kind of forgot who I was and what I wanted to do with my life. I felt like I was living in two different lives, one in school and one in home, and feared and hoped that these two lives never collided because I was so scared that I was never going to be accepted for who I really was. So today I'm requesting all of you not to put your expectations and your dreams on your kids. It's one thing to expect things from your kids, but another thing to force your expectations on them. The pressure affects the mental health, whether you mean it with good intentions or bad. I know our culture and our traditions allow our parents to always have the upper hand, but we have to realize that one day you have to let your kids just be, because you're not always going to be there to guide and protect them, right? And I'm not here to blame anyone today because I know how my parents were brought up and how I was brought up. Two different situations. We all have our own struggles. Doesn't mean one is less than the other or one is more important than the other. So I'm asking the parents to understand your kids, hear them out. Let's not be too harsh on our kids and allow them to make their own mistakes and grow from it. And I'm asking the kids to have some patience with your parents too, because they're not going to understand what you're going through until you start speaking to them, right? I think there's a lack of understanding, and that comes with communication. And so hopefully today's event will give you some courage to start these conversations, or at least make it known that you're not alone in this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamta, for sharing your experience. Especially the point that you made, I wanna emphasize is that we're not here to blame our parents. We're not here to blame our uncles and aunties. We're not here to point fingers at you. So I just want that to be very clear. This discussion, the purpose of the discussion is to simply show you guys how we feel and to explain how you feel. And that's also partly why we did the survey. So you guys can see that it's not just, it's not just us who's here on this panel. It's also a lot of kids all over Connecticut who feel this way, who feel like they are not able to be their emotional self because of a lot of pressure that parents can sometimes put. And so also that what you mentioned, that there is an internal struggle that a lot of students have between finding out who they are, finding out their own interests, and also making their parents proud. Because every single child wants to make their parents proud, including myself. But the struggle comes with trying to live your true self while also trying to make your parents proud.